In the whimsical land of Fluffington, nestled among marshmallow mountains and lollipop forests, lived a small, fluffy creature named Qalbaz. Qalbaz was adorable, with big, curious eyes and a coat as soft as a cloud. But Qalbaz had one tiny problem: he did not like to share. Not his shiny blue marbles, not his super bouncy red ball, and certainly not his most prized possession, a jar of the sweetest, most sparkling star jellies in all of Fluffington. One sunny morning, Qalbaz sat under the giggling willow tree, counting his star jellies. 1, 2, 3, 57. He hugged the jar tightly. Just then, his friend Pip, a tiny hummingbird with feathers like a rainbow, fluttered down. "Hi, Qalbaz, those look yummy. Can I try just one?" Pip asked, his little wings buzzing with excitement. Qalbaz frowned and pulled the jar closer. "No," he said firmly. "These are my star jellies. All of them." Pip's cheerful hum turned into a sad little droop. "Oh, okay," he chirped softly and flew away. Later that day, Lola, a friendly bunny with long, floppy ears, hopped by. She was carrying a basket of crunchy, sweet carrots. "Hello, Qalbaz. I'm going to have a picnic. Want to join? I can share my carrots if you share a star jelly." Qalbaz looked at the carrots, then back at his jar. He loved carrots, but he loved his jellies more. He shook his head. "No, thank you. I'm busy." Lola's ears drooped, and she hopped away, looking disappointed. As the day went on, more friends came by. Squeaky the mouse wanted to trade a piece of moon cheese for a jelly. Ferdinand the fox offered to show Qalbaz a secret waterfall. But to each friend, Qalbaz gave the same answer: no. Soon, the playground grew quiet. Pip wasn't fluttering, Lola wasn't hopping, and Squeaky wasn't squeaking. Qalbaz was all alone with his 57 star jellies. He tried to play with his marbles, but they weren't as shiny without Pip to race them. He tried to bounce his ball, but it wasn't as fun without Lola to chase it. He looked at his jar of star jellies. They sparkled and shimmered, but for the first time, they didn't make him feel happy. They just made him feel lonely. The sun began to set, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink. It was beautiful, but Qalbaz felt a big gray cloud in his heart. Just then, a tiny, golden tear rolled down his fluffy cheek and plopped onto the grass. He missed his friends. He missed their laughter and their games. He realized that having all the star jellies in the world wasn't fun if you had no one to share them with. With a sniffle, Qalbaz picked up his jar of jellies and his super bouncy ball and went to find his friends. He found them sitting by the Melody River, looking just as sad as he felt. Taking a deep breath, he walked over. "I'm sorry," he said, his voice small. "I was wrong. Having things is no fun without friends to share them with." He held out the jar. Would you like a star jelly?" Pip's eyes widened. Lola's ears perked up. Squeaky let out a happy squeak. One by one, they each took a star jelly. Pip zipped through the air, leaving a rainbow trail. Lola did a happy hop dance. The star jellies tasted sweeter than ever before, not just because they were delicious, but because they were shared. Lola then offered Qalbaz a crunchy carrot from her basket, and Squeaky gave him the biggest piece of moon cheese. They spent the rest of the evening playing together. Qalbaz bounced his red ball, and everyone chased it, laughing and tumbling in the soft grass. They skipped stones across the Melody River and told silly stories until the stars came out. Qalbaz felt a warmth spread through him that was much brighter than any star jelly. It was the warmth of friendship. From that day on, Qalbaz became the best sharer in all of Fluffington. He learned that sharing didn't mean you had less. It meant you had more. More fun, more laughter, and more friends. And he discovered that the sweetest thing in the world wasn't a jar of star jellies, but the joy of sharing them with the ones you care about. And so, under the twinkling Fluffington sky, Qalbaz and his friends lived happily and always shared. Thank you for joining us for this wonderful story. Remember, sharing is caring, and it always makes everything better. If you enjoyed our story today, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. See you soon!